guys, what is up? Oh my gosh, it feels so good to be saying that to you. Man, I have been feeling under the weather because of my second Moderna vaccine dose, but I have said it time and time again. I have been dying to make this wreath. I call her Big Bertha. She is my gigantic wreath that I want to make for the, I guess you could say 4th of July. It can be used for Memorial Day, Flag Day, 4th of July, all of that. Or just hang it on your door if you're super patriotic. You can keep this up all year round. You don't have to take it down. But yeah, I cannot wait to start this with you. Also, I want to show you my super awesome shelving makeover right there. There is a door behind this black shelf, and we're gonna be adding like a clothes rack up top, like a rod, so I can hang t-shirts, because I make a bunch of t-shirts with my Cricut. And so it's all shelves in here, which is super awesome. I'm loving it. And also I want to show you this super cute and cool gadget that I got from IKEA. So let's get started. All right, guys. Yes, I have a sweater on. It is cold in my house to moi, because like I said, I fell under the weather, but at least I'm representing. This is my hometown. I love this place. This is where I live. Should I say that on YouTube, that this is where I live? But anyways, I have a lot of pride for where I live. This is, okay, I'm just gonna hold it up. This is the super awesome, cool gadget that I got at IKEA. Let me say this. I know that everybody doesn't have an IKEA near them. I have no idea what their shipping is, but if you are lucky enough to live near an IKEA, know someone who does, maybe they can send you this, go pick you up one, and maybe should send it to you cheaper than IKEA could. This is an incredible, I know you can't see it just yet, so I shared it in the community post, the name of this item. If you did not see it and you still, I'll put the link, I'll put what this is in the description box just so you'll have it. So this is originally for like a giant roll of paper. That's what IKEA has this for. And so I saw that and I'm like, you know what, that's perfect for mesh, because I know tons of people who are always looking for something like this, and on Etsy they're pricey, you know. But this was about $8, and I want to show you, for those who are like, I could never put that together, 2 screws on that side, 2 screws on that side. That is it. Super simple. This is all one piece. This is one piece. This is one piece. You just screw it on. And then this little doodad just slides into the grooves, like right there. Oh, wait. See the grooves? Just slides in one side, and it doesn't matter what side it is, just pick one. And then this one slides into the other. Oh, I think this is it. That's what it is. Okay. And then you slide this in to the other side. You take your little dowel, slide it through there. And this kind of has like a little, it's like in a V shape right there, see it? And then this goes, and there's like a little slidey thing right there. Look at that. $8, y'all. $8. I am in love. Yes, I understand that it only holds one roll. Some people like to do multiple rolls at a time, but for $8, beggars can't be choosy. For real. So I was like, man, I wish I had, because I myself was like, man, I wish I had like 2 things. And you know what? If you even like took this and had this like as your foundation for a roll holder, I'm sure that you could probably connect something onto this and then, you know, do like the same on this bottom piece. If you're like that creative, I'm sure you can figure something out on how to make this like double up, or buy 2. Oh my God, buy 2, get some wood glue, get some clamps and some brackets to hold this together. It could totally be done. But for right now, it holds 1, which is a-okay with me. So that is my IKEA thing. And like I said, $8, that is a great, great price. So today we are going to be doing a wreath that is very large. What size is this? I did it, 24 inches. That's how big this is. I did a Christmas wreath of this size a couple years back, and it is my absolute favorite wreath I've ever done because it was just so massive. And of course I love Christmas, so the bigger the better. But we are going to be doing I'm just going to call it a patriotic wreath. I'm not going to call it like a 4th of July because I don't want people to be specific to that holiday, because this is just a patriotic wreath that you can put up any time, any day of the week. It'll work. So we are going to be doing that with this. Now, I have thought long and hard about how am I going to do this. Are we going to do like the ruffle method all the way around, the bow method? I was just thinking about what am I going to do to really make this just bam. All right, so I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I don't want to do the bow method on here. I want to do like the big poofs, because I'm like, this is so big that we need to make this big and gaudy. And if we did bows, it wouldn't be big enough. You'll see what I mean. So before anybody asks, this is a wreath frame by Ashland. I actually got this on Paper Mart a couple of years ago. So I don't know if they sell this in Michael's. I'm assuming that they do since they carry Ashland products, but that's where I got this wreath frame from. So there are 13 sections on this wreath frame, and we're gonna go ahead and attach some of our pipe cleaners to it. You can use zip ties if you choose to. So the way we're gonna do this, because I want this to be big, is we're gonna go around once and then around, we're gonna do the inside and then we're gonna come outside, okay? And I'm praying that my 4 rolls will be enough. So what I'm gonna basically do is just put a pipe cleaner on every single crossbar. And a crossbar, for those who are new, it is this bar that goes across all of the circles. So that's what a crossbar is. And do not feel bad if you didn't know that. I've been making wreaths for years and just learned that. So I'm going to do the top, because we're going to do the top. So there's going to be 13 pipe cleaners. And for those who are beginning and was like, you know, this is something I want to learn, like, how do I put my pipe cleaners on here when I buy a frame that isn't already like pre-done for me? That's just something that you're just going to learn over time. There are like set ones, you know, that I see like the professionals use, but I just kind of like make up my own. And it's kind of like one of those things where like you get the feel of it. And I know that's so annoying to hear, because you're just like, oh, can you just please give me the formula? You know, I try to just kind of like I said, just go from based off of what I've done over the years. Now, I know that can seem frustrating, but the great thing about this too, when you do like this big poofy method that I'm about to show you, is that there's no cutting involved. So if you use the dollar store mesh, and if you get halfway through this and you're like, oh my gosh, it's not close enough together, unravel it. And I know how frustrating that can be, because you're like, I just want to be able to make a wreath, not have to unravel it or anything like that. I think that's just part of like wreath making. Then you'll start to see like, oh, okay, where I only added 2 in this space, and you know what, once I learned from what I did that I didn't like, I now know that it's between 3 and 4 that really work there. And that's just something that you're gonna find out over, like I said, over time. And you know, I can't stress enough, you know, with this method, because there's no cutting, you can actually, you know, just unravel and redo. And I think that's part of the fun with this. I know it wasn't at first, but once I let go of like being like striving for that perfect wreath, you know, and knowing that, again, if there's no cutting involved in the deco mesh, and even if there was, you could always still, you know, pull it all apart and then reuse it in different fashions. I found myself one Halloween really struggling, and it's so funny. There was like a couple of wreaths that I just, when I looked at them, they were a disaster. And my friend saw them, and like not even too long ago, and she's like, oh my God, this is such a cool wreath. And I was like, what? I can't believe you like that. And I was like, don't you see all the mistakes? And she's not a wreath maker at all. She's a baker. And she's all, no. And so she thought I was completely out of my mind. And so I'm like, okay. And you know, that's why, okay, so now stop, squirrel. Okay, so here I've done 13 of, I went across every crossbar and put a pipe cleaner. And the reason why I left them long and didn't cut them in half is because we're gonna be adding bows and all kinds of like cute stuff to this. So I don't want them to be short. I want them to be able to hold a bunch of things in them. So now that's just this section right here. So now remember, because we're gonna go around once and then we're gonna come back through onto the bottom. So now I want to add, let's see where we're gonna do this. Okay, so now I'm going to add, let me just get one done real fast just so I see how it looks before I show it up or bring it up to the camera. If I went around. Okay, so we're just now gonna do one. I keep forgetting how big this frame is. So now I'm gonna do one at the very bottom. This is actually the bottom, and I'm gonna wrap it around the two frames the two pieces right here, and then it'll just be one in that section at the bottom. So now we're gonna go around and do that. And truth be told, this may or may not be perfect, but again, nobody's gonna know. Only you guys are gonna know, because you're gonna hear my thoughts when I get this all completed. So get this done. And I want to say something too. I want people to know that because this has to do with like pricing your wreaths and all of that other fun stuff. Somebody commented that so I found this really cute sign at at Walmart. I absolutely love it. It was, I thought it was like $10, but I want to say it was a little bit more than that. I want to say maybe it was like 12 or 13. Okay. And what I used it in the like way that I would show you how to price a wreath. Somebody then commented, well, that's ridiculous, basically, because that's not how you shop for signs when you're selling a wreath. And I don't know if like everybody saw that comment, but I just want to say that I personally know that when you are trying to sell a product, of course we want to get the best prices, because we know that not everybody can go out and spend $100 on a wreath. I totally understand that. That is, again, why I'm always looking for a bargain when it comes to, you know, like buying wholesale if possible and all that other stuff. That's why I got my resale license. But I also understand not everybody has a credit card. Not everybody has the money to buy in excess to where you can sometimes with companies hit a, you know, if you spend XYZ, then you get free shipping. I know that. I also know that a lot of people don't have vehicles. I also know that there are people that are from all walks of life that watch a wreath tutorial. So yes, they're looking to make some money by doing a craft. They're looking to like supplement their income or create an income for that matter. And you know, sometimes the only option is to go to a Walmart or to go to these places and yeah, pay full price for the sign, you know. That's just how life is sometimes, you know. And so I think that people need to understand that not everybody has not everybody has the same thing as everybody else. So, although for me, yes, spending $10 on a sign, or I'm sorry, $13 something on a sign yes, that does make my wreath a little bit pricier. I understand that, but you know, anybody else who's gone to the same Walmart or has seen that seen this at Walmart or even bought the same sign will know, okay, then, you know, I get why the wreath is that much. You know, she spent that much money on it from Walmart. But you can't make like, I think it's unfair to like say, well, if you're a wreath maker, then you just don't do those things. Like you don't go buy expensive signs, because even though it's not something I always do, I'm definitely going to do it. And I'm definitely going to sell it with that expensive sign on my wreath. I'm definitely going to do that. So just buy the expensive sign if you want it and put it on your wreath and sell it for what it's worth. And when I say for what it's worth, meaning count every pipe cleaner, count every inch of deco mesh that you put on it or whatever kind of mesh you use, count the frame, all of that fun stuff. Whatever you have put into your wreath, you total that up. And when somebody says, well, that's too expensive, and they're like, and you know, they want to know why it is, well, go through it with them. Be like, you know what, this is what I was able to do, you know, and then, you know, you can adjust your price accordingly. Like you don't have to keep it at that price. I mean, you can lower it. But I just wanted to point that out in case anybody else saw that comment and was like, oh, that's not like good wreath making practices, basically, what it was saying, you know. And I'm like, you know, we just have to remember, like, not everybody has these options to go to all of these discount places that, you know, so many of us are very fortunate enough to do. So do your thing, make your wreath, and sell it like you own it. Well, you do own it, but you know what I mean. So anyways, pa-bam, look at all these pipe. Can you see? Look at all these pipe cleaners on here. Okay, so now we're gonna start with the inside and we're gonna work outside. What I'm gonna do is just, oh, you know what? I see this, it's looking at me in the face and I almost forgot about it. I'm gonna go ahead and take my snazzy roll off of here. Oh, and I wanna show you something else. Look at this. Okay, so last year I bought some mesh from Michael's, and it was this holiday mesh. And then this year I bought some more. I have no idea which came first, okay? There are two labels on it. This one's red, this one's blue. Looks to be the exact same. I'm gonna bring it closer. Looks to be the exact same. It's burlap, everything matches, everything is exactly what it says. Yeah. Everything is exactly the ingredients for being like, it tells you like, you know, it's 51% something, and then it's 26% jute and 14% PVC, 9% metallic. Ingredients are the same on both. Yeah. This is a 10-inch roll, and this is a 9.5, the bottom one is. What? And it's the same price. See? 10, 9.5. What in the heck? $9.99, $9.99. I caught you, whoever you guys are, MSPCI. Like, what? Because I was like, why is, like, because I noticed that one of them was like a little bit shorter, and I was like, wait a minute here. So, whatever. But I saw it. That's the thing. I was like, ooh, look at them trying to be sneaky. Okay, so I'm putting this in, I'm picking one random roll. And actually, because this is going to be such a big one, I am going to zip tie it. So I am going to zip tie that one. But I do want my little pipe cleaner on it too, because like I said, we're going to be adding some ribbon and whatnot. So I need that to be on there. Get that puppy on there good and tight. Okay. That before my cats find it. Okay, so now what we're gonna, oh, this thing is so awesome. So now what we're gonna do is just kind of go about that length. And now if you're measuring, this is gonna be about 16 inches, and then place it into the bottom, the next bottom pipe cleaner, okay? So we're gonna do it again. I don't like how big that one is. I lie. Rewind. We're gonna come back on that. Okay. See, I knew I should have gone the length of my arm. I went a little bit bigger than the length of my arm, and I didn't like that. See, again, this is what's so great about non-cutting. All right, I'm just gonna do it like that. Bring it into the next one. Okay, okay. We're gonna go into the next one, and so on and so forth. Y'all are following this? I would love to have a camera like hanging from the ceiling. That would give you guys like the perfect overview view of what I'm doing. I see, like I watch other people's channels like on how to make wreaths, and I'm just like, ooh, look at their fancy camera system. Like they can like touch their iPad and then like bring it in close, and I'm like, someday, Sandra, someday. All right. This little snazzy thing, man, I can't wait to go back to IKEA. You never know. I might go back to IKEA and buy up a ton of them and give them away. You never know. You get a roll holder and you get a roll holder. I'll be like Oprah giving those things away. Okay. I've got this giant table here, and I'm like squished. Good Lord, Sandra. All right, there we go. We got room now, because I'm like, this is ridiculous. Okay, so I was worried that my 4 rolls would not be enough, but I'm not good at math. So like, if you are good at math, you could easily like, do like the circumference and then like how many inches you're going to be doing and all that fun stuff. And you would totally know exactly like down to the T, because this is definitely math involved. You would know how many rolls and if your 4 rolls will work, where I'm like, I'm kind of winging it and just like, you know, doing the close one eye and will this work? You know, but I'm super excited to be doing this. Again, like I said, I did one for Halloween. It was a Santa one. And oh my gosh, you'll see it because I still own it. Yes, I did not sell it. You'll see it during the holiday season. And I so wish that my life was in order right now to where I could do Christmas in July. Because I am telling you, I am Mrs. Claus. Like, I absolutely love Christmas. And yes, I know not everybody celebrates Christmas. And so I love to decorate and do all of that fun stuff. Now, a lot of people would probably cut this very end piece off. I'm going to go ahead and use it just because I want that one last poof in here. But yeah, I'm going to kind of do it like about right there. All right, let me get this into that bottom one. And then we'll look at that. I'm one poof away from the finish. But this is what it looks like so far. Ooh, right? Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. All right, I'm gonna grab, it doesn't matter which size. So I'm gonna show you in just a second how I'm gonna attach another, again, this is for newbies, another roll. I'm so proud of this little thing. How I'm gonna attach another roll of mesh to this thing. It's almost like the toilet paper, you know, question. Does it go over or under? But I'm gonna do over. Okay, so here I have where it left off, okay? So I'm gonna start the new roll in the same, sorry, pipe cleaner right here, okay? So I'm just gonna reopen it. And yes, I will fasten it, this piece right here down with I'm sorry, my brain's still a little foggy, a zip tie. So that's what I will be doing on there. So I'm just gonna open that up and place this down in there. And then I will cut that excess material off as well that overhangs. Let me just get a strong little zip tie and get that nice and secured on there. I would hate to, after all of this hard work, have that complete. Make sure I got it in. All right, good. And there we go. The only thing with how I feel right now is that I have like, it feels like a head cold. So, alrighty. So these scissors are not going to cut a big wad of mesh like that. So I'm going to take my little tiny scissors. Alrighty. So I'm just cutting this little excess piece off. And you don't have to do this right this second. You can always wait till the very end. I just like to get this out of the way. All right. Perfect. There we go. And then we're just going to keep on going. We're going to now add, oh, I got that one, sorry. I forgot to trim the other side. All right, there we go. And we're going to just continue on to the bottom to complete that last little section. And then we're going to go to our top. So right now, and with this, it doesn't matter if you start on the outside and then go in or inside and go out. It doesn't matter either way. Just, you know, just go around. Okay. I'm going to add this into that final one. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. And I'm already prepared. So it'll probably be a total of 3 rolls. You know, and I really wanted to do multiple colors on here. I wanted to use that sparkly red that I have sitting over there, but you know, that bow method is just not gonna work. So unfortunately, okay, so now I've started on to my outer edge, okay? So let me get a couple of them on here and then I'll lift this to show you what that looks like, okay? So now I'm just making sure that and I like to flip it over every now and then just to make sure that I've got every single, my gosh, pipe cleaner, you know, because sometimes you can lose them, especially when your wreath really starts to get full. Okay, let me see if I make, okay. I just want to make sure that I got all of them because like I said, again, it can happen. It's so easy to like skim over that one. And so don't feel bad if you get the flip it over and check it out. So. Okay. This is going to be so cute. And this is going to have some farmhouse ribbon on it. And farmhouse style, like, so it's going to have like the burlappy color. All right. All right, one more, and then I will show you, okay? This is really starting to fill out very nice. And I'm happy with the placement of the pipe cleaners. Oh, my dog is snoring. I'm like, where's the dog? Oh, she's in the hallway on the rug. I should have brought her bed in. Okay, so here's what it looks like. Okay, let me back up. Okay, so here is, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but like here is the second row. So see, look it's really starting to fill out nicely. Let me bring this in closer. It's really starting to fill out nicely. Again, some people might say, oh my gosh, I can totally see the frame of the wreath. Yes, you're gonna be able to see it right now, but once we start adding in like ribbon and all of that other fun stuff, you're not gonna be able to see it, because I know, like, to some people, that's the kiss of death. They're like, absolutely no way, no how. And trust me, that used to be like my biggest pet peeve. Oh, I used to hate seeing that, because I was just like, I don't know, like, to me, it meant like I was doing something wrong. What? Don't quit on me now. It used to mean that I was doing something wrong. And now I know, like, I would stress out even before the wreath was like completed. Like at this point, I'd be like, what's going on? I would start panicking, because when I was watching, like I say, quote unquote, the professionals, it didn't seem like they had like the whole thing was covered, but you know, they didn't talk about it. And like, they didn't say like, oh yeah, you're gonna be able to see the wreath frame, at least not the tutorials that I was watching. And so like, I just assumed that you couldn't see the wreath frame. So again, I know to some people that it's a big thing. And so I just wanna let you know, we will be adding stuff to it, and don't worry, it'll get covered up. Okay, so we're getting there. And now I'm thinking about like what kind of ribbon, how we're gonna add it. And yes, I still go on Pinterest and look for inspiration for like how to lay like the bows and like how to do the ribbon, all of that fun stuff. So yes, I have kind of an idea, and I hope it works out, but so far everything seems to just work out fine, right? And I just like, I am a patriotic person, so I might just leave this wreath up all year round until the holidays. It's so cute. Okay, so, and then if anybody is questioning right now, like, okay, well, how much is this wreath? Like, how much would you charge for this wreath? Okay, here's the thing. We're 2 rolls in, right? We're 2 rolls of deco mesh in. That's 20 bucks. I know. Some people will be like, oh my God, I know, that's crazy. We're already $20 in. We're gonna use a hair of the other roll. So let's say $22. No, not even that, maybe like $21. This, I was gonna use this welcome sign, but it's not as 4th of July-y as I want it to be. And so unfortunately, we're not gonna use it, but that doesn't mean that we're not gonna use a sign. So we are gonna use a sign. Sorry, I was just checking out this roll. So the wreath frame, I think, was about $4. And again, it's because I bought it online. If you have to go into Michael's and purchase it, know that there is a coupon that you can use, because these most likely will not be on sale. So you'll be able to use a coupon to get your wreath frame. So we're roughly about $25 invested. And I know some people are like, what, $25 already? Yeah. And the thing is that this is a giant wreath. Once I get it up, this isn't your, average 10-inch, this is a 24-inch wreath. So yes, it is definitely going to be pricier than the smaller ones, naturally. But yes, we're about $25 in. Okay. All right, I'm just trimming this little excess off. Okay. It's so funny, like, this all was like a really like strong, like coarser one. And this mesh, even though it's the exact same, is just very like soft. It's always funny how when like that happens to you, when you get the same kind of mesh and It's just made a hair different. So I've got just a couple of twisties to go. Oh, and you have to count your twist ties. You have to count your twist ties too. So make sure that you're giving yourself a price for that. And then, you know, your time to do this. So even though I say we're about $25 in material, you know, well, maybe 26 with the pipe cleaners, who knows? Yeah, this, I'll make sure this, okay, one more. Sorry guys, 1 second. Okay, one more loop is what I needed. But yes, you know, make sure you're giving yourself a pay to do this wreath, that you aren't shorting yourself that, but something this big can be that pricey. I think I had my Santa wreath. I want to say I had it priced at like 100, I want to say, but it's awesome. All right. Trying to make sure that I don't cut a loop. All right, now I'm just going to go back through and okay, I'm going to go back through and I just want to like secure that one section that where I added them together. Wait, is that it? Did I? This cold is making me kookier. Okay, looks good to me. Let's take this. Oops. Let's take that down. All right. Okay, y'all. Let's just get your poofs a little poofy. Oh, there's. That's the one. That's the one. I knew it. I was like, there's one of them that needs to be secured, and there it is. Okay. Now I feel better. All right, I'm gonna have to back up. This is our wreath. Oh my gosh, I love it. Let me bring it closer. Okay, so this is how the wreath looks. Like this. So yes, you can see, like right there, you can see, oh wait, right there, you can see the wreath frame. Yes, but now we are going to add, my thing's sticking to it. We're gonna add some ribbon to this. We're gonna add ribbon first, and then we're gonna do maybe some other little stuff. But I wanna keep this kind of simple since we're gonna go farmhouse style. So let's get some ribbon out. All right, guys, I'm gonna bring you guys over here with me. Sorry, I wanted to show you just how big this is. So the wreath frame is 24 inches, but once you add your mesh on there, you're gonna get, I mean, it's gonna be rather large. So this is my office door. So here we go. This is what it looks like. And now we're gonna start adding our ribbon to it. We're gonna do like a couple of just cute little ribbons around the edge, and then I think we're gonna do a really big bow. That's what I wanna do. Okay, so here's the ribbon that I wanna work with. I wanna work with these two paired together. Actually, I lie. I do that often. This is the hardest part, you know, because I'm like, I wanna use all the ribbon. We're gonna put these two together. How cute, right? And then these two together. I bought, so do you guys know about $5 grab bags from Michael's? If you don't know, hold on to your ponytails. So Michael's, they haven't done any this year, but then it's usually like after, like during the holiday season. I wanna say like around, between like October, like Halloween to Valentine's Day. What they do when there is like an excess amount of holiday stuff left over and they're trying to get rid of it, either to move on to the next holiday or just to, you know, like that holidays, like we don't have any more holidays to bring out all the stuff. But when they have an excess amount of like holiday stuff, what they'll do is like put it in like trash bags, all this random stuff. They fill up a trash bag and then they sell it for $5. And I'm not even kidding. Or sometimes they'll just put it in boxes. Like they'll just get a whole bunch of boxes and they're nice size too. And they'll just throw a bunch of random stuff into, and it could be like it could be like 50 of the same thing in a bag or a box. And last year, because what happened is that Michael's, so the world shut down in March. So they already had Valentine's and Easter and St. Patrick's. What else did they have? And so when they opened up in June, they had tons of grab bags. The one that I live next to, tons of grab bags. And the crazy thing is that there's no limit. Like you can go in there and be like, hey, can I buy 11 grab bags? And they're like, oh yeah, sure. Like we can't wait to watch you carry this. And so you end up with tons of stuff. And then they did it after the 4th of July stuff too, because, you know, people weren't rushing out to Michael's right afterwards. And so I got a bunch of ribbon, not even joking, like in boxes, like for $5 for the whole box, you know, and I got like 10 rolls of ribbon. I'm like, it's over there. Here's a couple of them. Like this one's cute. This one's cute. I did buy some this year, but I did score in the $5 grab bags. And if you are curious to when your Michael's might be doing one, believe me, it is okay to call them and ask them like, hey, when is a $5 grab bag happening? Because they know that people know about this. I didn't know about it until I saw it on YouTube and I was like, what? I was like, I've been crafting for how long? And I just found this out. So don't feel bad if you didn't know about it. But I mean, like, especially during the holiday season, because, you know, it moves so fast. So like, you know, Halloween jumps to Thanksgiving and it goes so fast that if they don't sell out and they just have like this excess amount, they will do $5 grab bags. But hear this, when they announce it, people, it's like they come running from all over to get those bags. So be fast. Anyways, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do 16-inch ribbons with my little handy dandy cardboard that I made that I cut out at 16 inches and then covered with duct tape. This just makes doing your cutting so much easier because I think I'm going to do 5 of these. 5 of the truck ribbon. And so what I'm doing is just wrapping it around. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And the reason why I chose 16 inches is because it's usually, I just want this to be, I don't want this to be like hanging over too much. I don't want it to be too long. I just kind of want it to just like pop just a hair, just a little bit of a like show. And let me just make sure before I cut. Ugh, see, I almost cut this whole thing. I'm going to take my girl, I'm sure glad that I did that. We are not going to do it at 16. Maybe we won't even do it will we do it at 17? Let's see. See, this is the stuff that professionals don't show you. So if I did it to that, here's what I'm doing. You're going to take this wreath and then I'm going to bring it down to the bar where it would be attached and seeing how far it would actually pop out. No, this is going to need to be a 20. See, I got so caught up in the Michael's grab bag. But this can happen all the time. No worries. See, this is why I didn't cut. Okay, so 20. Let's do 21. Okay. Let's do 21 because when it comes out, I don't want it to be extra long. 21's where it's at. Okay, 21 inches. That's what we got. There we go. These will have to stay over here for a moment. And since I've already cut that, let me just go go through, and I don't have a 21 inch because like I said, I don't make this big size often, but this, when I do make them like this, what I'm doing right now, I'm just so excited. So there's one. Okay. And I plan on making a wreath out of a bunch of scrap ribbon, just kind of tying it onto a frame. I think it would be so cute. So if I have any left of this, that'll be on that. And it's just going to be an eclectic wreath. It's just literally going to be a little bit of everything. So yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. See, and I have just a little hair, but I'm not worried about it. We're going to put that there. Okay, now we're going to do to 21 again. And we're going to do 5. So we're going to do 5 of each one. And I don't think I'm going to bore you with this because I unfortunately don't have, like I said, one of those cute little cardboard things. And so this will be a moment. And I don't want the video to just be like watching me cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all at 21. And then I'm going to cut this one, and this one. And then I'll be right back. Okay, so actually that didn't take very long because I put all 3 of them together and then cut them at 21 inches. So that was pretty fast. Let me go ahead and cut the cute little tails on here. In one moment, because I gotta sneeze. All right, thanks guys. Ugh. This is like the worst being sick. All right, so now we're just gonna cut little ducktails in here. So you start on the, fold it in half and then cut on the outside going up or down, whichever way. But make sure you cut towards the edge. That's all you need to do, or else it's not gonna come out in the correct shape that you want. And this will make it just look fancy. My little doggie, I finally got her bed in here and she's snoring away. And it's kind of hard. This ribbon's kind of thick because it's like a, I don't want to use the, I guess it is kind of like a burlap. It's like a cloth kind of a ribbon. So it's a little thick. But 2 at a time is what we got. Okay, so I already forgot the order that I said that, or the, how I wanted it to go. I think we're gonna do, I hope this is what I had. And this is gonna be so cute. And then, like I said, we're gonna make a really cute bow to go on this. I do have a truck sign, and I'm hoping that we can get that on there and looking cute and all. It's not red. It's not red like the ribbon. It's a blue one, but that's okay. It's still gonna be cute. All right, so now we're going to, I think we're gonna do that and that. And then we're gonna do that and that. Yes, that's what it was. I'll probably watch this and go, nope, Sandra, that's not what it was. So, and I'm just going to put them together. So I have it 1, 2. And I know this is probably the part that I should have been like, you know what, I'll be right back as I cut my little ducktails. Because this is also like a kind of like boring section. Here's where I should have told you about the Michael's bag. But anyways, I hope you guys are all doing fabulous. I hope you guys had a fabulous week. Never mind, we are still in the week. My mind is so slow right now. Just from everything. And so I hope you guys are still having a fabulous week though. I was supposed to do a street, I guess you can call it a street market. It's basically all of the stores in my town are able to bring their goods outside and sell. It's going to be like basically like a block party, but you get to shop. And so there's going to be food and drinks and music and all that other stuff. And I was going to do it. However, I've always chosen to like make $1 over my health. And as much as I want to go out and do this thing, it's just not smart. And so, and I'm just like, the older I get, the more I realize that, you know, what's valuable in life and my health, you know, I always think of that one meme where it says, if you don't make time for your health, your body will automatically do it. You know, meaning like if you don't take care of yourself now, then when your body shuts down or, you know, does whatever, it will force you. Like you're going to have like a real bad sickness where you're not going to be able to just, you know, power through it. And so I always think of that. And as much as I would love to participate in it, it is happening every month. So I know that I'm able to participate in it next month. And with a month of preparation, it's going to be incredible. But it's like, oh man, I really want to do this, but I'm just trying to be smart about taking care of myself instead of doing something ridiculous like that, which I don't think is ridiculous, but you know what I mean. All right, guys. Okay, so we are going to have a total of 10. So we cut 4 ribbons at 21 inches each. Okay, so what this means is we have a total of 10 sets of ribbon. Okay, so with that, we're going to, if you can hear my dog, it's just so cute. But we have a total of 10 sets of ribbon that we are going to put around our frame. Now, this is where the overhead camera would really come in handy. As much as I want to have it on the door and you guys see me put the ribbon on that way. Let me think about it. I'll be right back because I don't know if that's going to work or if I should lay it down because I really want you guys to see like how I'm going to place this ribbon on there. Not that it's a big deal, but for the beginners, I want you guys to see how I'm choosing the placement basically. Okay, so this is just the way that we're going to do it. I'll be showing you the full view of the wreath, you know, after we get some ribbon on there. But what I'm going to do is just put my 2 ribbons together and fold them in half. And then where I'm going to pinch them together, like right here. And I am going to start by putting a ribbon on one of the pipe cleaners that's on a crossbar. It's going to be the outer edge. Okay. So we're just going to open that pipe cleaner and we're going to put a pipe cleaner in, or I'm sorry, put our ribbon in there. And give it a couple of twists. Now what we're going to do is we're going to separate the ribbon and kind of bring it out and kind of give it a curl. Now you'll definitely have to readjust when you pick the wreath up, but here's what it looks like right now. Oh, I just knocked some down. Actually, I'm sorry. That's the way I wanted it. Yes, so I am curling it over the edge like this. Like kind of out. Like I said, we're going to have to readjust when we pick up the wreath. And then what I'm going to do is do the opposite type of ribbon. And we're going to do the same thing, fold it in half. And do that. And we are going to, let's see. We're just going to hop onto the next crossbar over and place it into that pipe cleaner, okay? And again, give it a couple of twists, kind of twist it out. Okay. And just give it a curl. Now let me see what we're doing. Okay, so okay, there, this is the better way. So there we go. I like the two contrasting. Okay, now I'm trying to think, should we do the inside one? Yeah, we'll do the inside one. We're just gonna keep going back and forth. We will have to cut more ribbon, but that is okay. So we're just gonna, there's gonna be a lot of ribbon. Like I said, this is a really big wreath. And find this right here. So there's no like wrong or right way to place your ribbon on here. Put as much or as little bit of ribbon as you want. And you don't have to put it in any particular order. Like you can skip a couple. Oh my gosh, it looks so cute. I can't wait to lift this up so I can show you. You can skip a couple. You don't have to go in perfect order. I'm just gonna now like kind of go around as I see fit. And then I'm gonna leave a gap where the bow is gonna go, because I'm gonna put that on top and kind of like let everything just kind of hang. So that's what we're gonna do. But I'm almost positive we're gonna have to cut more ribbon. But that's okay. I don't mind. This is just the fun part about making a wreath. And of course, because I'm not feeling the best, we're just gonna wing it and have a great old time. So there we go. And just make sure that you just keep, you know, if you got more than, you know, if you've got like 3 sets of these, you know, just keep doing different ribbons in different places. Or when you go across, just keep rotating your ribbons. That's what I meant. Oh, wait. That one wasn't faced up. Oh, it was. Okay. This is going to be so cute. I don't think I've ever been truly disappointed by a wreath, except for that one funky Christmas or Halloween one that my friend actually really liked. And I was like, okay, now that I'm looking at it through your eyes, I guess it's pretty cool. So, but no, I have not ever really been disappointed. Okay. And see, I'm just kind of like, let's see if it's up or down. I'm not really, I'm just kind of like scattering them. If that, I'm so used to being so uniformed, like it has to go here, it has to go there. But I like when it's kind of like, you know, and not out of sorts, but just placed random. It just, I don't know. I'm trying to like let go of this, like where it has to be perfect. It has to be uniform. This OCD, that's what I was trying to think. This OCD that I have of that. It's not, it can be scattered. It can be, you know, kind of zigzaggy. And I also have red mesh tube, which is right here, that we're going to be adding to the spots where there's no ribbon. I wish I had blue and I looked for it, but they did not have it available, unfortunately. And I say they, dollar store. I'm blaming it on them. All right, so now we're down to, I've got one of each left. And I can't forget that I have to leave a spot for my bow. So we might only have to cut like a couple of pieces, like a couple more pieces of ribbon. And then of course, like we'll have to readjust once we pick this back up. Oh, look at that. We might not even have to. All right. And this is again why you wanted to have these long pipe cleaners on here, because we're gonna be adding now some of the tubing onto here. I'm just kind of doing a gentle tug to separate the ribbon. And you know what? Actually, I think this is gonna work. But once I pick it up, and then we'll know for sure if I wanna add more ribbon or not. Okay. And I know I have, I just have to move the camera over to the door side. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on the door, and then I'll do like a backup, you know, where you guys can see how this looks with all this ribbon. And this is, like I said, 10 pieces of 10 sections of ribbon on here. All right, guys, here she is. And you can see all of this ribbon all around. And yes, it's still like, you have to kind of like work with it and move it to lay it down. To lay it down like this. So it's not in every which direction, but it's cute. I love it. It's big. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe it still needs that pop of red, and we can still add that pop of red from the other roll of deco mesh into this, because we still have all of our pipe cleaners. So that might be something we do in that bow technique that I was talking about earlier. Okay, so we have the ribbon on, and I know it's over there, but I wanted to still add this pop of color. It's still like, just, I'm like, man, I really want to add this. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some of this to our wreath in a bow method. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 17 inches. And I'm going to start with about 5 of them, you know, just to start, like I can do it in that star shape, you know, and if it needs more, we can always add more, given that there's enough on the roll. All right, 1, 2, 3. We're going to, like I said, do 5. 1, 2. I cannot wait to go back to IKEA to get more of these. I can't even tell you what a game changer this little thing is. My boyfriend has made me something very similar. Like I said, it's packed in the closet, but I haven't used it in a while. But this one's awesome. Okay, so let me go grab the wreath. Grab that. And so where's my top at? I don't want to lose my top. Oh, there's, okay, so this is my top, because remember, we're still gonna put the bow on. I'm gonna slide that down here. All right, so that's my top. And so now I'm gonna do, oh, my drink. And we're gonna add this onto there. So what, let me kind of move this. This is so big. So, all right, so now we're gonna take our mesh and we're gonna do the bow method. So we're gonna kind of flatten it out like that, tuck the edge, put your finger right here, and then just scrunch up. Just go all the way up. All right, and then I like to tuck that other edge, and then you got a bow like this, okay? This is what you end up with. And my top's right there, so I'm gonna do this, like I said, in like a star shape, but I'm gonna put it where there's not a piece of ribbon. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick one, and give it a couple of twists. Okay, let me show you what I'm trying to completely. So what I did is that I put it right there. So I put it into a pipe cleaner, and now I'm just gonna kind of poof it up a bit. There we go. This is just making it extra patriotic, right? All right, so there's one. We're gonna do this again. Let's see if you can see me what I'm doing. Yes, and I'm just gonna scrunch it up. So I'm just trying to draw like the star. So that And then I'll put one over here in a pipe cleaner that doesn't have any. These are like dangerous. Everything keeps getting caught on those strings. So I'm going to put it on right here. And this just gives your wreath extra fullness too. So 1, 2, and then okay, we'll put that one right here. All right. And like I said, this is another reason why we have the long pipe cleaners, because you can just keep adding and adding and adding. So instead of adding a bunch of like stuff onto our wreath, we're just gonna add like some mesh and just have fun with it like this. All right, and one in this one. Okay, I'm trying to keep my bows or my ribbon cute too. Okay, see where we've added that pop right there? Okay. See where we've added the pops? 1, 2, 3. You can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, perfect. So we've got our little pop of the color in there. And now it's time to make our bow. Okay, so now we're gonna make our bow. Now we're gonna use different ribbon. We're gonna use these 3 right here. And we're gonna start with the biggest, which is either one of these, and then go to the smallest. So with this one, now I really want this to hang long. So I'm gonna measure. That's about, oh, that's perfect. So what is that length? That's about 23. Okay, so 23 inches for one side to the next. 23. Okay, so we're gonna cut that right there, and we're gonna be using my Bodabra, which is a great little gadget that you can find like on Amazon or anything like that. We're also gonna make cute little tails. So we're just gonna fold that in half and cut. We're gonna find the center, which is right there. And we're gonna put into right here. And that's, make sure that these are even. All right. Now with the bottom part, I only want 2 loops. So I'm gonna put, because this is one-sided, so see how that's only printed on one side? So I wanna make sure that the printed side is down. When I put this into my Bodabra, I'm just gonna, oh, I forgot the wire. 1 second. Pinch that right there. And let me grab that. And you can use any kind of wire that you want. And I say wire very loosely because it could be, this is what it came with, which isn't, I mean, this is kind of like a wired string, but very soft wire string. So we're just gonna put this string right into our Bodabra. All right, now we can put this into there. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and put our tail piece in right here. Make sure there's enough for the give. Flatten this back out. All right. And just gonna eye it right now. Okay, that's the size. So we're gonna go roughly, this is roughly about what? An 8-inch bow. So we're gonna flip it, we're gonna twist it, because remember this is only one-sided. We want it to be printed face up, so. And I think that that's about even. To make sure that they're even, you can bring these two pieces up and kind of hold them side by side. No, just a hair long. There we go. All right. So I just want, decisions. So I think I'm going to just do these as the 2. The next one's going to be 4 loops. So I'm going to cut that. And then I really love this ribbon. It's rusticy. It's got like, you know, little patches through here where, see right here where it's supposed to be like, you know, aged. It's so cool. All right, now this one, I don't want to do the same length bow or ribbon, the tails. So we're gonna go just a little bit shorter. We're gonna do this at 21 inches. So we're gonna do that 21. And then I want you to be able to see each layer. That's why. So we're just gonna get smaller and smaller. Cut that. We're gonna do the tails as well. So I'm gonna fold this in half and then fold it in half again. And we're just gonna cut the fancy tails. This is a much thinner ribbon, so you're able to like cut 4 pieces at once. And then we're gonna put that back here. Find our center, pinch it, and then put it in the middle like that. All right, now with this ribbon, I wanna do 4 bows, but remember, we're not gonna do them as big as the one below it. So we're just gonna, this is about 8, so we're gonna do this about 6. And this is double-sided ribbon, so we don't have to worry about the twisties or anything like that. Okay. Although it's just habit. Like I don't know how to do it without the twist. Okay, so then eye it. All right, so remember we're gonna do 4 loops. Okay, and then do 2 more. The same size as the one prior, because I want these 4 loops to be the same. All right, there we go. Then I tuck that off to the side and cut my end. All right, there we go. Now this top piece, this is a lot thinner, and when it comes to the width, and then this one's only going to be 2. And again, we're going to cut the tail or the leg, these tails a little bit shorter than before. So that was at 20. How about we'll do this at 18? So there's the 18 mark. Okay, right there. Now this is a thicker ribbon, so we're not going to do the folding in half many times. We're just going to do each edge, because what happens is it ends up cutting crooked, and then you have to keep recutting and all that other stuff. So, all right, there we go. So cute. Now we're only going to do, this is again a single-sided ribbon, so there's one side, there's the other. So we're going to start with it facing down, and then come up and go a little bit shorter than the ribbon before, like that, and then twist, and then come back up. All right, that looks good to me. We're gonna cut this, and now, I was like, I have to, excuse me. All right, then we're gonna pick up our ribbon, our bow. So I'm going to open up this loop because we have folded the wire in half, and then just kind of bring it up ever so slowly. Ever so slowly. Make sure it's all in there. Kind of tug on it tight, and then wrap one side of the ribbon around to the other. Okay, just give it a couple of ties, make some good knots. Okay, so this is what it looks like this. But now we're going to fluff. All right, so I'm gonna do like this, fluff it up. Oh my goodness, sorry guys. Like I said, I'm not feeling the greatest, but I can't. This wreath is calling my name. I'm like, I have to make this. So we are going to do it, sniffles and all. All right, and kind of poof up these. All right, so what I wanted to do is bring this forward like that and then have this go across the center like that. And then I wanted to have the big, beautiful flag one kind of peeking out behind the other star one. That's what I wanted. Look at that. I still can't get over how pretty this ribbon is. This one in the very far back. I just absolutely love it. All right, now let's see how we can get this onto the wreath with you guys being able to see. I'll be right back. All right, so remember, I didn't add any ribbon or anything like that to this one section right here because this is where I wanted to add this bow. So I know it doesn't, you're like, oh, well, I can't tell either way. So I'm sorry. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just kind of weave this into here, and I still have that wire attached. So I'm gonna just attach this to my frame. Now I may have to stand this up because like I said, this is just overly big. So like, I'm having to work a little differently when it comes to this because it's just so big. But we're gonna make it happen. And I'm just tying it on. Now I don't want to tie it too tight onto here, but I also don't want to tie it too loose. And then kind of tuck the mesh behind it, poof up what I can. There's always going to be adjusting too. You're always going to have to like adjust it and whatnot to get your ribbons to look perfect. Okay, there we go. Got the 4 and then 2 and then that. My little tails hanging. Okay, there we go. So what I'm doing right now is just lifting it so I can tie this behind, you know, through the frame, and I'm tying it onto one of the crossbars. And like I said, I don't want to tie it too tight because I don't want it to like disappear into the wreath, but I don't want to tie it too tight or too loose to where it just kind of like is just like hanging there. All right, now let me bring you guys up. Okay, there we go. Let me bring you guys closer. Just this wreath is so big. So I know it just looks like there's so much stuff on this thing, but here we go. That's our bow. What do you think? With all of our ribbon around it, with our extra little pieces, it's a bit gaudy, I know, but I love it and it's cute. Okay, I'm trying to stand where I can see. I'm looking through the mesh. This is so creepy that I'm like looking through the mesh trying to show you this. Okay, I feel like a peeping Tom. All right, so hi there. Okay, so this is how it looks right now. Let's try to add a sign. Let me grab my sign up. All right, there we go. Now, like, that looks better. Okay, the sign is right here. Does it need a sign? Let's see if it needs a sign. I was gonna do this cute little truck. Let's cut. This is from the Dollar Tree. And I think it's super adorable. Let's get closer to the wreath. All right. See, okay. It's gigantic. It really is. It's and I still have a lot of adjusting to do on these ribbons because I want them not to like curl out like that. Can y'all see? Okay, perfect. You guys can see. And yay, nay? I say yay. What the heck? Let me just get this straight on. Okay, there we go. Now it's on. Okay, so what I want these, so what these originally I want to do is to kind of hang down like this, to go in this direction and kind of be fanned out a little bit. This is what I'm wanting. And yes, we will eventually cut all of the pipe cleaners off. Come closer. This is what I want you guys to see. We will be cutting all the pipe cleaners off. As soon as, because remember, I still want to add the red mesh tubing to this. Okay. Okay. And this is what I normally do, is just, you got to constantly readjust. Okay. And get your wire. And truth be told, like sometimes if your ribbon is just like not cooperating, I always just put like a little tiny tab of glue on the back of the ribbon and then glue it to the mesh. Little secret. Just to get it to stay perfect. Okay. There we go. So now it's not going all over the place. See, now when it's hanging, and that's the thing, when it's on the table, it looks one way. You get it up and about, and it looks a whole different other way. All right. So then now our bow is right here. We've got our tails hanging. This is what I really wanted. Oh, I love her. And the great thing about this is that we have so much ribbon on it that we don't need to add any other things besides our little truck to just say USA, because why not? And that's it. It's gonna, well, and I have to make sure that it doesn't flop over. So I'm gonna glue it down to here. And actually, I think I'm gonna glue it while it's sitting up, because I don't want this to, like, while I have it flat down and then I pick it up and then it just hangs like that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm gonna glue it while it's up. Let me get my hot glue gun heated up, and then we're gonna add the tubing and the sign, and then we're done. Okay, not only did I had to heat up the gun, but I had to change. Like I said, I don't feel good. Clearly, I don't feel good. We're gonna keep powering through. So like I said, we're gonna place this sign right here onto the wreath. All right, so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and just glue one little section. I like to do a little section at a time. And I'm like, did my cat just open the door? That'll go right there. Now this glue gun isn't anywhere near as hot as the other glue gun. So I can actually kind of put my fingers on the back of the sign and make sure that the glue is like coming through the mesh. So there we go. And now we're gonna do the other side. Now I know this is not the conventional way to do it, but I'm doing this because I want to make sure that my truck isn't going to flop over or anything like that when it goes to stand up. Okay. Oh, it's too cute. Okay, let me bring you guys in. Okay, there you go. Super cute. There's a little truck right there. And then, like I said, if you have any unruly pieces of ribbon and you're like, just stay right here, don't be afraid to like put a little dab of glue like right behind there and then just like attach it to right here. Nobody's gonna get mad at you. So that is the farmhouse-esque Big Bertha Patriotic Wreath. And what's so awesome about this is because nowhere on there does it say like 4th of July or anything like that. So this can be used all year long. Like you don't have to worry. Yes. You don't have to worry about taking it down. It's great for Flag Day, Memorial Day. And like I said, just patriotic. It's you don't have to have a purpose other than being patriotic, I guess, for having this up. But as you can see, it's huge. Look at it. If it's on a wreath hanger, I got this wreath hanger. Oop, my finger's right there. I got this wreath hanger from the dollar store. So like you can see, there's the door or handle, obviously. So it's quite large, but I love it. And that's all we're going to do to it. We're not going to do anything else. Oh, other than the tubing. So let me go ahead. Whoa, slow my roll, Sandra. Let me get the tubing out and we're going to add that and then we're done. Okay, so now it's time to add some of this tubing. I got this from the dollar store and just looking for my scissors, see if they're underneath this gigantic wreath. It's so cute. So once we add the tubing, we're gonna then cut our pipe cleaners down. All right, and I'm just gonna drop this onto the floor. And what we're gonna do is make little bows. So let me just see how, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna go about that length. What you do is just make a circle. This is my easiest way to do it. Make a circle like this and then pinch down, bam. That's what you got. All right, and then of course cut. So I'm gonna measure out about, I know I'm gonna do roughly about 5. So 5 seems to be the magic number. So 1, 2, 3, generally get the same length. 1, 2, 4. Okay. And then 5. Okay, so now I'm going to pick a pipe cleaner that has absolutely nothing in it. And I know that might be hard to imagine, but there are some in here. So I'm just going to go around. And then as I go around, what I'm actually going to do is cut the pipe cleaner so I don't have to, come double back over. And I'm just going to grab these scissors. Now, everybody asks about these. These are the Weiss scissors. They're, well, I don't want to say scissors. They're a multi-purpose tool. That's what it says in the description. So I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to cut this down and then just tuck back the, the sharp edges. And we're going to call this a day after this. And then of course readjust as you need. Now, there are lots of pipe cleaners. So like I've said before, when it comes to something like this, where it's just, like this little tedious task, I'm not going to bore you. And I'm not going to cover the back. That has been a couple of questions that people have asked, like, are you going to put anything against the back? Nope, not going to do that. It's fine as it is. And I'll show you the back once I get done. And I truthfully never really sealed the back unless it was gaudy, And I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. We'll cover the back. But for the most part, I've not really done that. So just do this. Oh, there's like a piece of string. There we go. There we go. Now they're going all the way down. So like I said, there's a ton of pipe cleaners on here. There we go. Oh, something might have been caught. Okay, now let's do another piece of this. And like I said, just find a pipe cleaner that doesn't have anything in it. I'm just going to add a little touch of this. It's not supposed to do too much to the wreath. It's just supposed to make it look cute. And I guess it is much, all right? All right. And then like I said earlier, now, you know, you don't have to worry. I know I talked about, you know, seeing the wreath frame and all that. With all this, you know, said and done on here, you're not seeing any kind of frame whatsoever. This is what I mean. You don't have to worry when you, like me, like when you first start building your wreath and you're like, I thought the mesh was supposed to, like, you know, completely cover it. Sometimes it takes a little bit of doodads to hide that. So, okay, we're even going to put one above the bow. And unfortunately, they didn't have the blue tubing, or else I probably would have added some of that. What I really would have loved to have been able to get my hands on is some this like, you know, the brown color, this beigey color. They do have it. I have had some before and I just love it. So I wish I could have had some for this one. All right, and this is pretty much it. I am definitely going to get this on my door and keep it there as long as I possibly can. Maybe till Labor Day. That sounds good, doesn't it? Maybe till Labor Day. And then you can start to go into like the Halloween, and if you celebrate the holidays, like, you know, all into all of that stuff. So, and that, oh my gosh, that's when the fun really begins, when it comes to creating and whatnot. Oh. My stinking cat started to chew on, this is like her favorite toy, this stuff. Oh, did you guys see her like drag it out while I wasn't even paying attention? That's going to be a fun playback. Okay, there we go. And I hope you guys are enjoying this video. Like I said, I'm super sorry that it's like kind of quiet, but I feel the energy coming back. So don't worry. Next time, I promise. we're gonna be all about it. We're gonna be full of energy. All right. I know I keep saying I can do that stuff. It's just like one of those things where I'm like, oh, look at that. I gotta cut it. Ta-tum. And then I shall bring this baby up and you guys can see it. I think this is total, that's the 6th one that I brought onto the wreath. And I'm already back around, so do one more right there. I can't wait to see everybody else's patriotic wreath. That's what I'm going to call them. Patriotic wreath. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. Okay, tell me, can you see? I'm going to be the creepo again, looking through the mesh, trying to see you guys. Can you see the little, let's bring the camera up. Okay, you see the little pops of, let's see if I can even see it, down there. See, I didn't want it, okay, there's like a little pop right there. It's just little hints right there. When it's on the door, oh, right there. There it is, there I am. So it's just little pops. I know it's not too much, but when you're up looking at it, you'll be able to see these little hidden treasures, you know? So that is it. That is our Big Bertha, how you doing, patriotic, believe in the USA kind of wreath, right? My arm is killing me trying to hold this up. All right, let's get this on the door and wrap this video up. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this video. I know the energy flow was just a little bit on the level, but I'm super sorry. I promise more energy next time. I'm gonna make it to IKEA very soon, I hope. It's about 2.5 hours away, but I'm desperately gonna do my everything to get over there so I can grab some more of these handy dandies. This one's, it's slid out, it's on the floor. Things, and I think this would be a cool giveaway because like I said, I know not everybody can get to an IKEA. So anyways, Big Bertha. And yeah, so if you like this video, and I know again the energy's low, but please give it a thumbs up. If you want to share this with your friends, please do. Also subscribe to my channel if you like all the content that you're seeing. Lots more stuff coming your way. And if you're really feeling it and you want to be part of the exclusive community, which is called Fixing It Together, it's my membership group. It's $4.99 a month, not 49. $4.99 a month, where you get exclusive content, all of that fun stuff, behind the scenes, just a little bit of extra stuff for being a member. And you can cancel at any time and never hard feelings. So check that out if you want. And yeah, just continue to watch and, you know, take this journey with me. Like I said, I keep it real. So that's why you're kind of seeing me under the weather. And nothing is, I guess you can say, what is it when they make everything perfect for TV and pictures? This is real life, I'm telling you. So anyways, have a fabulous week. I hope you guys are just going to continue to, you know, write down some goals, do things that you're thankful for, because that's a big thing too. And I know a lot of us really, really need it. Like I desperately need to five things that I need to be thankful for instead of, you know, licking my wounds about being sick. So anyways, I will see you guys again in my next tutorial and Fixing It Together. I will see you guys very soon.